Hello, welcome to Collectibles, and today we're looking at IG-11. IG-11. Nobody's ever said IG-11. I don't know. 7-Eleven? Can we get a 7-Eleven droid? I want a 7-Eleven droid. Anyway, we're looking at IG-11 from the Mandalorian TMS-008 because there's not many of them. Day One Collectibles. Make sure you check out Day One Collectibles. Use code EZCZ at checkout to save you 5% off of everything on that store. Everything and anything you can use that code and it will work. I'm guaranteeing it. If it doesn't, I gotta talk to the guy. Anyway, today we're looking at IG-11. Here is the box. Star Wars box. Obviously, we got a little bit of hints over here of coolness, but that's about it. Typical little Star Wars box at the side, at the back, as you can see. Same old stuff. The creators, painters, naders, and taters. Vaders, taters. And everyone at the side. It's your typical Star Wars box with the typical Star Wars art on the inside. And here's the Star Wars little artsy inside. That's the actual figure, which I like. Star Wars actually uses their figures on the art displays for the art box prints, whatever you call this. And then the internals is what you see right there, which is nothing because they sent nothing in the box. You know, I was very surprised by this figure. Not because, oh, it's a droid, and I wasn't too fond of droids in my past, but it's because of the amount of detail that's in it. And I was saying how it may not be worth the price, but now I'm seeing how it will be worth the price. And it's a worthy pickup, in my opinion, after you see my review. Now, it does come with a few accessories. When I say few, it does come with a few accessories. This pulse cannon right here, which looks to be IG's main get-go. Nicely detailed, I'll say, pulse cannon. A bit of a rustic look to it. Very nicely done. I like it. And then you have his E11 Blaster, obviously a stolen one, right here. It's nicely done. It's weathered to a weapon's stat, I would say. You know, nice silver weathering and such. IG's weapons does have a hue. I don't know if you can see, like it's a tint of brown going around it, which is nice to see a little bit of variance. You can't see it, probably not on camera. It's like a tint of brown. As you can see on this pulse cannon, it does have the little hue and tint of brown in the barrels. I'm not sure if you can make it out, but it is there. And that gives a nice bit of variance to basically the weapons and the character. Now this is the little droid's cover for his thermal detonator for self-destruct. I replaced it already with the self-destruct thermal detonator in there. As you can see, this is his tack belt, as you would say. His cartridges are in there and whatnot. It does look a little bit bland. But that is the design of it. So I always thought this for IG-88s, it looks bland, and IG-11 obviously is carrying it too. So that's not a problem. That's Lucasfilm. That's just how it is. Hit it. That's just Lucasfilm. So with that being said, I mean, I'm gonna ignore it. It's there. It's screen accurate. It's whatever. But what I didn't expect through this character is not the character. What I didn't expect through this figure is the die-cast materials on the bottom half of the figure, which is very nice to see. As you can see, it looks almost as if the whole figure is die-cast, but it's not. And then you work your way towards the bottom. Very nice detailing throughout. Very nice paint apps. The paint apps are almost way above and beyond what I was expecting out of this guy. And now I said, you know what, I'm gonna pass. I think that's what was my final verdict on it. I think I said I was going to pass and such, but after seeing and handling and the quality of details and materials on this figure, I think I'm going to have to change everyone's mind, because for the price, it may be worth it. It may be a K2SO in the future. And then as you can see, parts like these, they're die cast. You have colder parts towards his legs to get his balance going, because he can be a little bit top heavy because of all the parts versus his little twig legs. And then you have the base, which is our typical Sand Trooper base that we've been getting for years, that doesn't match any of the figures. Is it okay? Yes, for some, for troopers. This IG-11 has human footprints, and this is a droid. Hot Toys, that just doesn't go. I would like to see them use something else other than the footprint stand, because it is a droid, and although we were on a deserty planet, that doesn't mean you can brainwash us with the same base over and over. I don't want that. So as you can see, he comes with a waist grabber versus the typical crotch grabber, which I think a crotch grabber would have been enough. Oh, I'm off to the side. I think a crotch grabber would have been enough for him. But then again, this waist grabber does do a good job. You could put it up higher and grab somewhere around the waist, but I tend to grab their legs because it's kind of out of the way. It seems like a little bit low profile. And then moving up, you can see more weathering. Just look at the weathering on his like panels. It's insanely done. It's insanely done with full of detail and such. As you can see more and more, it's a lot of paint apps going on. It's a lot of paint apps going on this one figure. I really like it. I'm going to zoom out so you can see the overall look. But I like the way they covered up the joint system with these rubber hoses. I mean, that's how it is in the show, but Hot Toys also did a very good job covering those up as well. Now, this one doesn't come with ratcheted articulated joints. It comes with regular joints, but they do seem very tight, which is good. But like I said, I would expect a, ratcheted joints, because, ratcheted joints to me is a feature of how Hot Toys should be. It shouldn't be any more or less, or any more. I just think ratcheted is the way to go. So where are you? IG is all the way over here. So we're going to just go over some features before we go over articulation. This guy does have a spinny winnie up here. All this stuff spins. And is that a cool feature? Yeah, it's kind of cool. What I do wish is I have a thing against light up features, which it is down there, and this does also spin. But I was kind of weirded out that the actual head didn't light up. I mean, maybe it does. All right, guys. So his head does light up. There it is. Head does light up. I repeat, head does light up. So easy, do your stuff. Head does light up. There it is. It's on, as you can see. It's not that bright, but it's there. It's there. I like it. Nice job. Good stuff from Hot Toys. Maybe it does, and I'm not seeing it. But as far as now, head articulation is basically none because it is IG-11. This whole head does spin 360. I'm not going to spin it 360 because risky fishy. And moving down towards the chest, we have a lot more nice, pretty paint apps going on, as you can see here. If I can get the camera. And then let me turn on this little thermal detonator. It's kind of hard to get out because it is magnetized. It's nicely done and magnetizing inside. So I'm gonna turn it on. It takes, I think, three batteries. I think the headlights do turn on. I just gotta figure out where it is. As you can see, that's blinking. That's pretty cool. It's a nice blinking feature, and it like self-detonate. That's pretty cool. You know, when he risks his life for Baby Yoda. So that's pretty cool. It looks nice. If you can figure out how to wire that to a USB, maybe, you know, maybe some fusion reactors, lights from Iron Man. But I think it's a pretty cool feature. That's one of the light up features I would have to say that I think it's pretty cool. And it's very nice looking. It's pretty bright, and it adds a lot of flavor to who IG-11 is. I mean, to me, IG-11 is like a suicide bomber. This guy is ready to kill, ready to frickin' thrill 24/7. I'm going to turn that off so I don't drain the battery. But that is a very nice key feature that Hot Toys added to light up on him. I like that. I like that they did that. Now moving down, you can see a little bit more on him. Details such as wiring, little compartments and stuff going on in the abdomen area. As you can see right there, it's very nice, very nicely detailed. I didn't expect this much detail out of them. And then moving down to the legs, like I said, these die-cast materials and wires. You got to be very, very, very fragile with them because these wires, I don't want none of you guys to have them basically breaking because these wires can pop out if you twist and bend them enough. I'm not going to hold it against them that it will not pop out. So be careful. Be careful with these wires and such. So let's go over some articulation. I think that's what we should go over now. A little bit of articulation. So how is IG on the articulation? So as you can see, IG is very nicely done. He's single jointed at the elbows. He does turn his head all the way around. He does a 360. His chest, torso, does go in a full 360, but I recommend you not do it because of these wires at the back of him. You do risk managing to cut them off or clip them and tug them, and to the point where it just breaks the wire. So I recommend not doing that. You have more of articulation down here. You can go 360. I'm not going to do it, but it does go 360. And then you have his legs, which they do bend very nicely, probably up to that much. And then legs front and back. I'm not extreme posing, but I mean, you get the idea. And he's a droid, so it's not going to be that crazy anyway. Then you have his legs, which I would say only goes to 90. I don't want to push it. Nice die-cast material here. What else? This is all die-cast here, die-cast there. Most of the leg is die-cast, so that's a good thing. Most of the leg is a die-cast piece, which is very nice. It has a nice heft to it. It's very hefty. As you can see, the paint apps on this guy is just remarkable. Also, these hand joints do articulate as well. So, like so, you can move them whichever way you want. They hold the weapons nicely. Each finger does articulate, so it's kind of like a little Iron Man hand, but IG-11. As you can see, the feet, they do articulate well. I like that the front and back articulation is good. Even the side-to-side pivot is good too. So that's, I mean, coming from a droid, I'm very surprised this guy really has good articulation. So all in all, I mean, this guy, I really like him. He's going to be planted well in the Detolf because, well, quite frankly, he's just a good droid. He's just a good-looking droid. All in all, he's a really good-looking droid. As you can see, I got him in a little crazy pose right here. It is kind of hard to put the weapons in his hands, but after fiddling and fondling with him, you can make it happen. So this droid, all in all, really, I love this droid. I never thought I'd love a droid because droids to me just don't have that human aspect to them that gives them that detail and full of life in the Detolf display case. Even the IG-88 that Sideshow even released beforehand, it was kind of weird. But this one, with all the paint apps, with the die cast, with a little light up feature blinking on his chest, I'm actually quite surprised. I'm quite surprised myself that how great this figure is. As you can see, look at the pose he's in, right? His feet is totally planted. Basically, the feet being planted and good pivot and articulation around the ankles leads to best posing abilities. So with that being said, that makes his posing abilities go up sky high. I mean, he is a droid. He's very restrictive into what he does, but man, he really does pose good. And I got to give credit to Hot Toys for doing such things like that in engineering with IG-11, because I'm pretty surprised. I really like this figure. I didn't like it from the buyer pass, and here I am giving it a great review because it's just a good figure. I mean, I don't know where to stop with this guy. As you can see, like, I just love what I just posed randomly with him. It just looks so cool, you know? So with that being said, I have to give this figure, I don't want to take off points for non-articulation because, let me see if I can turn off the light so I can show you the blinking light even better. I don't want to take off points for articulation, being the no ratchets. See, look at that. That's pretty cool, huh? Let's see what the other ones. Yeah, I don't want to take off points for ratcheted joints because, I mean, that's not a norm still. You know, that's not something I can compare to. It's like taking off points because the droid doesn't actually move. That's non-existent. So I'm gonna give this guy, I want to give him a 9.5. 9.5. I want to say because because I want ratchet joints. It's just not that perfect. Ratchet joints, I know it's out there. It's not the norm, but it's out there. It can be done. And they should have done ratcheted joints, especially with a figure like this. I'm going to keep bashing on that ratchet until they actually start giving me more ratcheted joints. So, with that being said, it's a 9.5, damn near perfect figure. The head, I think, does light up. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I have to check it. It does light up. It does light up. Wait a second, guys. I gotta see this. I think it does light up. Anyway, I'm not too sure. I think his head does light up. I gotta figure out where's his switch, or what I gotta do to make it light up, because I do see on the box his head is lit up. So that would be a cool feature to figure out if I just open the manual. But the manual is, I hate opening the Hot Toys manuals because it breaks that little nice little packaging you got going. But anyway, whatever it is, 9.5 out of 10. I really like this figure. It's a must. It's a must for any Mandalorian fan, that's for sure. And as you can see, very nice, beautiful paint apps on him. I just love the paint apps. Look at the rustic colors. I love everything about him. Beautiful looking figure, really. So 9.5 out of 10. Hope you like what you saw here on Easy Company Collectibles. Make sure you subscribe. I know you're not subscribed. Like, share the video, and until next time, self-destruct. No, I'm just kidding. Don't self-destruct. That's not good.